Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel for another video. And Rich and I were talking about this the other day and I thought it'd make the perfect video. We were talking about ways in which our relationship has changed since we welcomed our little girl into the world, and I thought these points were like so relatable that I wrote them down. We had a good old laugh about them and I thought I'd just share them with you, because if you are expecting a baby, you have a newborn, or you're thinking, is this like, does everyone feel like this? Then I thought I would just share how we found that our relationship has changed over the last few months. These are totally like tongue-in-cheek. I thought I'd share them with you because hopefully they're like relatable to other mums, and if you're pregnant then you might want to know what's coming up. So the first point is the who's more tired debate, and I cannot tell you how many times Rich and I have like argued about who is more tired. I feel like I'm always like tired and I can't sleep in, whereas he works nights and sleeps in the day. So he's like, I didn't get as much sleep, and I'm like, well, she didn't settle because I'm at home on my own at the night trying to settle her, and I didn't get as much sleep. And we're constantly like arguing about who's more tired, until the other day we were like, can we stop comparing how tired we are, because we're both just very tired. So that is definitely something that you'll probably experience, and let me know if any of these points you find that are relatable to your situation. Give this video a thumbs up, because I'd love to know if we're alone in this or whether it's something else that other people have experienced. But I would just have to say, you're going to argue a lot about how tired you are and who needs more sleep, and also when a nap time becomes available, who's on the priority list. So you've got that coming if you didn't expect it. Now the second point is definitely a more lovely kind of one, and I feel like the relationship in terms of you and your partner changes to a whole new level, and the love that you feel for your partner, obviously I can only speak for myself in this point, but Richard's also agreed that it just changes because you see them with a baby. I know for me, as soon as I had Heidi, I had an emergency C-section, so I was bedbound and I couldn't do anything, and just seeing Rich take to like changing her nappy, changing her clothes, all things like that, I remember being sat in the bed, not being able to do anything, not even being able to pee for myself, and I was just sat there, just felt like totally overwhelmed with love, because I saw him changing this nappy of our baby that we've made, and I was like, oh my god, like she's ours. And even just seeing him with her, like cuddling her, telling her that she loves him, or he loves her, always the wrong way around. This is why I need more sleep. But it just changes completely, and you will love your partner on a whole new level, and it is the most magical thing, and it is lovely. Like, this is quite a funny video, but it just takes it to a new level, and it's the most magical thing. And it's so amazing to see your partner that you've loved for however long that you've loved adapt to this new role and adapt so well. Oh, it's just the cutest thing, and I just love it. Now the third point is all about your priorities, and your priorities change more than you will ever know. And suddenly this tiny little human being is at like the top of your list. Perhaps with your partner you might be joint top, but chances are you've probably been knocked down to second, and this tiny little person has just overthrown everything else that you've worked for in life. And suddenly, like, she is just our most important thing, no matter what we're doing, no matter what we're thinking. We're talking about the future, and now she's this integral part of it. And so yeah, she just, you know, your priorities totally change, which is kind of to be expected, but it changes in ways that you just don't really expect, and it's just amazing. But yeah, just totally changes. It changes the way that you think about like doing stuff. So like nights out, for example, you would much rather be at home with your baby than be out on a night out, for example, things like that. So yeah, your priorities are just never going to be the same again. Now point number 4 is how your date nights are going to change, and they're going to change quite dramatically, or at least we found that they have in our case. So before, perhaps we'd go to a really fancy restaurant, we'd get dressed up, we'd have cocktails, things like that. That doesn't happen anymore. If we can squeeze in a takeaway, we will take that. And actually on our wedding anniversary, we're not even married yet, our 6-year anniversary, my mum and dad actually had Heidi for the night, and that was my first night without her. And we were like, let's make the most of it, let's like go out for dinner, let's go to the cinema. we ended up getting changed into our pajamas, getting a Chinese takeaway and going to bed really, really early. And that is probably going to be the reality of your date nights going forward, especially in the first few months. Perhaps when your baby gets older, it's a little bit easier, perhaps, I don't know. But for us, we totally traded in the posh restaurant for a cheap takeaway, cuddle on the couch and fall asleep by 7 o'clock, and it was so worth it as well. I did not regret not going out because I enjoyed the takeaway so much and just enjoying our own company, because you just suddenly wrapped around this little person that you forget to like have quality time together, which is why it's really important, if you can squeeze in those like date nights where you can, definitely make the most of it. And from date night to sex, it changes so much, and not necessarily like physically it changes. You're just too tired and you're too exhausted, and normally as well, like you're working on this rota of one person's gonna go to bed before the other person. So for example, Rich works nights anyway, so off the cards for the week, but of a weekend he's off. I'm obviously not working at the moment because I'm on maternity leave, and so of a weekend, instead of like going at it, he'll go to bed before I do. I'll stay up with Heidi, and then in the morning he'll get up with her, allowing me to have a lie-in. So there's just no time for it at the moment because you just can't be bothered and you're tired and all you want to do is sleep, trust me. And yeah, we were just laughing so much because we were talking about it the other day and we were just like, this is the reality now, like this is what it's gonna be like, especially when you compare it to when you're like trying to have a baby and it's all fun and spontaneous, and now it's like, no thanks. So let me know if you guys can relate to any of those points. I just thought it was really funny and I thought I'd just put it into a random video because, like I said, if you're looking at what to expect, then these points are probably gonna come up. But yeah, let me know if you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe down below if you want more like motherhood, lifestyle and beauty videos, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.